was a free fall, but interestingly, we see the markets moving up today. What happened?
Well, actually, the market moving up today will just be accrued to only one stock, that's Dangote Cement, that went up by 4.79.
So power of Dangote, obviously.
Yes, that's the power of Dangote that actually helped the market. As on almost an hour to the close of the market was extremely down. Mostly the bank stocks were easily beaten. But luckily, one of the bank stocks were among the gainers shop, and that was Zenith Bank, just gaining 10 kobo. So, and then maybe GTB also.
So if we strip out Dangote's movement, we'll probably see this market down maybe 1.5% or thereabout. Yeah. So obviously it's huge pressure on the market recently, and there's been an argument as to whether we should have the circuit breaker, so to speak, removed. This 5% plus or minus trading range that stocks are limited to on a daily basis. There's been talk about removing that and indeed maybe extending the band to about 10% or taking it out totally. But given the volatility we've seen recently, what are your thoughts on this?
That would be very bad for the market. Just look, like you just rightly said, given the volatility that we have now, and you must take into consideration that this market is not very deep. When you look at the type of the companies that are there, they are not very deep. So when you take out 5% and you say you want to just open it to no more cycle breaker, if you say for the index had to lose for 10 days, if you take 10 days and you just get in lost at any percentage that it would have, yeah, you should have known that by now they wouldn't have even been in the market because the depth of the market is still very shallow.
And then, of course, there's also the issue of the market being dominated by foreigners who are somewhat nervous given the elections, and some can even say some of this money is hot money. It could always leave any time. So to the extent that we have these situations in Nigeria right now, I think it's not very wise to take out that circuit breaker, is it?
Yes, it's not very wise to take out the circuit breaker. That's one. Then two, again, I think the exchange and the exchange and the Security and Exchange Commission also and the Nigerian Stock Exchange should come to do something about whereby foreign investors can just come in and just go out. There should be a regulator like it's done in any other country in the world, maybe keeping the limit as per when you can sell and when you can hold. It's done in other companies, 3 days, you can sell after 3 days, you cannot sell immediately. The pressure, one, yes, foreign investors are one, and secondly, the politicians too are putting more pressure in the market because, as it used to be before the banking crisis, some of these politicians normally use their shares as collateral to get money for their campaigns. But these days, the banks are no more lending to politicians, so they have to sell up their shares to be able to get money to fund their campaign. So when you look at this, I think this is part of the things that are affecting the market. And then you look at the bank result we expected 2 weeks ago. Then there was a controversy as regard the 1% set aside for the loan by standard accounting practice. So all this, and that was just resolved. So going forward, you still see there's a little bit of what to do.
All right, very quickly, you have to be very brief. Your expectations, we're hearing that results will be released next week from at least 4 banks. If that happens, how do you see the bourse trading next week?
Depends on the first bank. If the result is coming in for banks like Zenith, for banks like GTB, for banks like First Bank, and for banks like Access Bank, then it will be better for the market. But when you look at the type of losses that First Bank have suffered, as today market First Bank was closing at 12.93. So when you look at that, I don't think there will be the result will so much have impact on it. But Zenith closing at 14 naira and GTB still closing at 19 naira 20 kobo. I think when those results come and if they are very positive, they will help the market.
Anyway, we will be watching. Thank you so much for your thoughts.